This chip porcelain match striker sits heavy beside my key, still holding the sofa scent from midnight tea. My phone rests face down on the cedarwood grain. No vibrations allowed to disrupt the terrain.
48 hours carved out of the slate. No deadlines knocking at my mental gate. The ceiling fan traces a slow, lazy arc. Cool in the shadows that soften the dark.
I pulled the sheer curtains to scatter the glare. Nothing out there can compete with in here.
Let the calendar bleed into blue. I gave everybody the work that was due. Now the meter is paused and the dial is low. Learning how fast I can choose to go slow. Wrapped up in heavy cotton, breathing in time. Nobody calling to borrow my mind. Saturday drifting right into the floor, leaving the locks turned tight on the door. Just a low hum of the speaker in play, letting the world spin softly away.
The glass on the table reflects my silhouette. No urgent demands that I haven't met yet. I watch an ice cube surrender its shape, finding a rhythm inside this escape. My thoughts usually sprint till my temples run hot, chasing whatever the system forgot. Now I just count every ring on the wood, deciding that stillness is understood. Vinyl is spinning at 33 thirds, filling the parlor with unspoken words.
Let the calendar bleed into blue. I gave everybody the work that was due. Now the meter is paused and the dial is low. Learning how fast I can choose to go slow. Wrapped up in heavy cotton, breathing in time. Nobody calling to borrow my mind. Saturday drifting right into the floor, leaving the locks turned tight on the door. Just a low hum of the speaker in play, letting the world spin softly away.
Peace is a discipline, quiet is wealth. Taking back hours I owe to myself. No guilt in the cushions, no shame in the pause. No need to be running for someone's applause. I let the bass notes vibrate in my chest,
Finally knowing the power of rest.
This chip porcelain striker
Stays cold on the tray,
nothing to ignite,
nothing to say.
just heavy cotton,
Just breathing in time,
letting the world spin.
softly away.
Tire treads hum against damp asphalt down beneath your window frame. Delivery vans idle by the curb, nobody is rushing to call your name. You spend 50 hours this week trading your breath for rent and screen glow. Put your phone on airplane mode, let the missed calls overflow.
Your shoulders sit too high, pull them down past your collarbone. I brought the loose leaf mint and the vinyl you forgot you own. Kick the work shoes in the corner by the coat rack pile. We have 36 hours before either of us has to fake a smile.
Let the notification lights blink into empty air.
Leave the laundry in the dry basket sitting there.
You do not owe this Saturday a single productive line.
Take the kettle off the burner, take your sweet time.
We are
Two-stepping past noon in thick wool socks, watching the ceiling fan turn, ignoring all the clocks. There is no deadline waiting on your living room floor, just clean cold air coming through the cracked balcony door. Breathe out the whole week, let the baseline settle deep. Nothing on the schedule today except food and sleep.
We can walk to the corner bodega whenever your legs decide to move. Grab the day-old pastries, find an unhurried groove. Look at the city moving fast while we stay slow. Pedestrians chasing green lights, nowhere important to go. You keep checking your pocket like in Phantom Bell Ring. Relax your fingers, man, drop the tension in your hands. The world will spin just fine without your inbox clear. We are reclaiming the hours that the weekday stole and shared.
They taught us that resting was a debt to be repaid.
Like every quiet minute is a bargain we betray.
So sit right there on the rug while the sun cuts across the wall.
You survived another 5 days.
You do not have to stand tall.
Just exist right here.
Let the static clear. We are two-stepping past noon in thick wool socks, watching the ceiling fan turn,
Ignoring
all the clocks. There is no deadline waiting on your living room floor.
just clean cold air coming through the crack.
Balcony door, breathe out the whole week. Let the baseline settle deep. Nothing on the schedule today except food and sleep. Tired treads hum down below on the street. We got nowhere to be and nobody to meet. Close your eyes if you want to.
The weekend belongs to you.
Let the tape spin now.
Quiet down the doubt. Yeah, yeah. Burn vanilla and fried plantains drift across the breezeway screen, hovering over carpet fibers faded into olive green. Marcus lets his phone vibrate face down on the granite ledge, sprawled across the microfiber dangling from the sofa edge. Dust motes floating in the amber suspended in the living room. Nobody is rushing out to beat the midday traffic boom. He spins an old tape in the day, 20, 30 something beat. Subwoofer breathing low enough to gently vibrate underneath his feet. All 5 alarms were muted before 10. He has no appetite to argue with the world again. The jacket stays hanging right beside the door. There are no places left he needs to answer for. He lets the Saturday stretch out wide, watching shadows crawl along the southern side. No urgent conversations on the wider day, just cold brew melting while the record plays. The city runs a frantic race. Outside is still, while time inside his kitchen stands completely still. She shuffles from the hallway wearing socks that brush the floor, leaves the balcony unlocked and cracks the heavy sliding door. They share a ceramic mug filled up with chicory and cream, trapped inside the pleasant numbness of a half-forgotten dream. He chops a single mango on the counter with a lazy grin, listening to neighbors laughing somewhere in the flats again. No pending calendar alerts, no deadlines flashing red, just crumpled linen pillowcases waiting back in bed. All 5 alarms were muted before 10. They have no appetite to argue with the world again. The jacket stays hanging right beside the door. There are no places left they need to answer for. He lets the Saturday stretch out wide, watching shadows crawl along the southern side. No urgent conversations on the wider day, just cold brew melting while the record plays. The city runs a frantic race. Outside is still, while time inside his kitchen stands completely still. Monday has a price to pay, but Saturday was bought and clear. Nothing in the forecast calls for panic or ambition here. A deck of cards upon the table, 3 discarded paperback books communicating everything with half asleep, contented looks. The breeze sweeps sweet vanilla through the hall once more. Bare feet resting silent on the hardwood floor. He closes both his eyes and lets the daylight fade, unbothered by the promises he
never made.
A sudden calculation of lost time breaks against the bedroom quiet. I count the months since I bought this velvet sofa, still littered with receipts and ambient pilot light. Subwoofer breeze out 94 BPM, unmastered roads until Tuesday. My screen sits face down on the reclaimed cedar, charging dark coast in indigo, completely out of reach.
Balcony sliders push 6 inches wide, catching that ocean draft, crossing the highway grid.
Socks sliding across the
Parquet floor, tea kettle whistling a soft minor fifth. Dust motes floating through the slant of pale gray light. The city runs a sprint while we abandon the fight. Nothing is ticking except the refrigerator core. We let the clover honey sink deep into the oil.
nothing due by midnight,
Nothing left to explain. We watch the muted cinema wash over the window pane. Baseline wraps the perimeter like velvet on bone. Four walls, clean sheets, and a kingdom of our own.
nobody knocking.
Nobody tracking the clock. Saturday settling down into a steady lock.
Projector throwing muted foreign classics against the plaster wall. Your linen shirt hangs loosely off the dining chair down the hall. We split a cold persimmon over the cutting board, sweet and slow. The calendar is empty, just the way we like the tempo to go.
Neighbor plays a trumpet scale 2 floors below our floorboards. Warm pie bridal blending into our vintage synth chords. I stretch my shoulders out, feeling the heavy week unwind, leaving every urgent ring and deadline miles behind. The smoke's floating through the slant of pale gray light. The city runs a sprint while we abandon the fight. Nothing is ticking except the refrigerator core. We let the clover honey sink deep into the oil. Nothing due by midnight, nothing left to explain. We watch the muted cinema wash over the window pane. Baseline wraps the perimeter like velvet on bone. 4 walls, clean sheets, and a kingdom of our own.
Nobody knocking.
Nobody tracking the clock. Saturday settling down into a steady lock. We could walk down to the corner store for paper cups and ginger beer, or stay suspended right where the silence turns sincere. The shadow of the fire escape crawls along the rug, wrapped up in the sanctuary of this heavy hug. Final reaches the run-out groove, ticking in the dark. Streetlights flicker yellow over the dog park. Let the needle ride the loop, let the Sunday wait its turn. Nothing due by midnight, nothing left to burn.
Why does an empty hallway sound louder than a crowded avenue? Socks sliding on oak boards, my phone screen facing the floor. 3 unread notifications about things that mattered yesterday. Yesterday was an elevator that kept skipping every 3rd floor.
Now the draft from the balcony smells like rain and fried dough from 3 blocks over. Cousin left a voicemail saying call back whenever you breathe. Well, I am breathing, watching the fan blade trace a circle that never closes, wondering if the neighbor upstairs still practices that moto jazz scale on his bass. I could organize the spice rack by color. I could write a whole thesis on why we rush the clock. Instead, the ice cube shrinks inside the tumbler, giving back the room its pulse.
No alarm set
For the perimeter, just the low hum beneath the hardwood floor. Let the calendar erase its numbers one by one. We have nowhere that needs our names today. Nothing moving faster than a shadow on the wall.
24 tabs open on the tablet from Tuesday night. Articles on urban forestry, vintage synthesizers, rent stabilization. I close every single one without reading the conclusions. Conclusions are for people who need to turn a corner right now. The room is shaped like a deep breath, slipping into the oversized gray crew neck. Toast crumbs on the counter, honey dripping in slow glass thread. Somebody down on the street is laughing so hard they lean on a mailbox. I smile because their joy costs nothing to witness.
The kettle never screamed, it only whispered. The bass line loops until the drum pattern melts. Every urgent email turns to vapor in the light. No alarm set for the perimeter, just the low hum beneath the hardwood floor. Let the calendar erase its numbers one by one. We have nowhere that needs our names today. Nothing moving faster than a shadow on the wall. Time is usually a landlord banging on the door frame. Today, time is just a cat asleep across my knees. I forget what it feels like to apologize for being still. My thoughts wander into the hallway, find a patch of warmth, and decide to stay right there until the evening comes. Why does the room feel bigger when nobody speaks? Let the needle spin in the empty run-out groove, ticking like a resting heart. Soft static, nothing left to prove.
The heavy swivel armchair anchors down every restless nerve I used to carry. Listen close, 19-year-old kid running on 4 hours in Bodega cold brew.
I'm writing this from 10 years ahead, sunk so deep into woven wool you could not budge me. There is no buzzer going off at 4 in the afternoon.
There is no supervisor checking bathroom breaks on security monitors.
You used to think resting was a crime that would cost you your rent. You counted pennies in the checkout line with your jaw clenched like rusted iron.
Look at me now, the groceries are paid for.
The kettle is humming on low,
and the calendar on the glass table
is completely blank till Monday.
You were convinced the floor
would give out if you ever slowed your stride. You kept your boots laced tight even while you tried to sleep. I am telling you, the storm ran out of rain. You can let the tension fall out of your throat.
Saturday is quiet now,
little brother.
We do not have to run
for trains we cannot catch.
The sunlight cuts across the
wooden floorboards like melted honey,
and nobody is knocking on the door
with bad news. Take a breath across the years and feel the stillness.
We finally learned how to sit still
without feeling guilty.
Remember how you washed your only work socks in the sink before dawn?
You used to pray the radiator
would dry them before the 7 o'clock bus.
Today I washed linen sheets just
because I wanted them to smell like lavender. I played 3 albums in a row without checking my phone screen once. The city outside the window is moving at 30 miles an hour, but inside this perimeter time stretches out like a cat on a windowsill.
You carried the weight of 4 generations on 20-year-old clavicles. I am here to tell you that you set the boxes down safely.
We made it out of the basement
flat on Elmwood.
The ceiling does not leak when it
pours anymore.
You were convinced
the floor would give out if you ever slowed your stride. You kept your boots laced tight even while you tried to sleep. I am telling you, the storm ran out of rain. You can let the tension fall out of your throat.
Saturday is quiet now,
little brother.
We do not have to run
for trains we cannot catch.
The sunlight cuts across the wood,
Wooden floorboards like melted honey.
and nobody is knocking on the door.
With bad news, take a breath across the years and feel this stillness
We finally learn how to sit still.
without feeling guilty.
If I could reach back through the static of that cold November night when your debit card got declined for $3 of gas, I would tell you to look at this chair, look at this wide room, this unhurried breath, this cup of mint tea. All that frantic energy was not for nothing. It built a foundation so sturdy that we can finally rest our feet.
Drop your shoulders, kid. The shift is over.
The weekend belongs to us now.
Just breathe. Just sit right here.
Yeah.
Apricot glow hits the crack from like a bench, refracting off the puddle from an overnight drench. I slide my silver quarters down the metal track. The man beside me in the fishing jacket leans back.
He points at my lock screen resting face down. Says you look like somebody finally left town. I tell him nobody needs me till Monday arrives. He nods real slow like that statement just survived. Says
Keep it that way, young blood. Keep it clean. Too many people die inside the space between.
he splits an orange with the thumbnail scar.
Passes half across the table where we are.
The citrus cuts through the diner air.
Neither of us got an urgent reason to be anywhere.
Saturdays
Is right here in the quiet space. Nothing to chase, nowhere to be misplaced. We got the whole afternoon unfolding slow. Just two strangers watching the city traffic go.
no rush in the chest.
No weight on the bone.
Peace feels better when you do not.
Hold it alone.
He tells me about 96 over on Fulton Street. How you could tell the season just by listening to the feet. Now everybody walking like they late for their own life. Cutting through the leisure with a sharp and butter knife. I take a bite of the fruit and let the sweetness stay. Watching dust motes floating in the Ember Ray. Two generations sitting at a $5 meal, agreeing on the only thing that actually feels real.
The radio behind the grill is playing something old. Brass horn softening before the grease turns cold. He asked my name once, forgets it in a minute. It does not matter much as long as we are in it. The clock on the wall ticks loud and polite, trading all the pressure for a pocket of Saturdays is right here in the quiet space. Nothing to chase, nowhere to be misplaced. We got the whole afternoon unfolding slow. Just two strangers watching the city traffic go.
No rush in the chest.
No weight on the bone.
Peace feels better.
When you do not hold it alone. He wipes his fingers on a paper napkin edge. Picks up his walking stick, leaning on the ledge.
Take it easy, kid, he
And
says.
steps out in the sun.
I sit back down with nowhere left to roam. She told me yesterday that Saturdays heal everything. I laughed into my collar because she sounded 22. Now I am watching dust suspended in an amber beam. A blue receipt from corner grocery stuck beneath my shoe. The radiator clicks and breathes, then lets a hiss escape. A pair of gray athletic shorts is hanging from the chair. Two pigeons argue balance on the rusted fire escape, and neither one has anywhere they really need to be. A stack of envelopes unpeeled beside the wooden bowl. A peach pit drying dark against a paper towering. The downstairs neighbor practicing his slow falsetto scale while someone tests a bass drum through the hollow of the floor. Nobody not to ask for explanations.
The ceiling fan just wobbles on its stem. We spend our whole week trading respirations, then give the quiet hours back to them. Cold tap water in a heavy mason jar, loose dimes resting in the valley of the sheets. No key turning in the ignition of the car, just footsteps trailing down the avenue. A basketball that taps against the blacktop, rhythmic and slow. A breeze that lifts the corner of the calendar page. Nothing left to fix and nowhere left to go. Just 7 blocks of sunlight stretching out across the floor.
The ice machine drops 3 clean cubes into an empty tray. A muffled rattle settles down to silence in the hall. A cycle stretches hamstrings on a parking meter pole. Adjusts his shoulder strap and lets his heavy shoulders fall.
A child in oversized foam slides is carrying a box of powdered pastries, balancing the corners with his thumbs. The green light flickers empty at the corner of the cross, and 3 full minutes pass before another taxi comes.
My thumb hovers above the glass, then locks the screen away. A notification dies before it even makes a chime. The steam above the kettle carries peppermint and sage, replacing every metric that we used to measure time.
Nobody knocked to ask for explanations. The ceiling fan just wobbles on its stem. We spend our whole week trading respirations, then give the quiet hours back to them. Cold tap water in a heavy mason jar, loose dimes resting in the valley of the sheets. No key turning in the ignition of the car, just footsteps trailing down the avenue.
A basketball that taps against the blacktop, rhythmic and slow. A breeze that lifts the corner of the calendar page.
Nothing left to fix and nowhere left to go. Just 7 blocks of sunlight stretching out across the floor.
A brown moth rests against the window screen, unbothered by the rumble of the underground train.
I trace the pale perimeter of where my shoes have been, and wash the weak salt water down the bathroom porcelain drain. Nothing demands an answer before dusk. The shadows stretch like rubber on the brick. We keep whatever little piece we trust and let the second hand forget to tick. Cold tap water in a heavy mason jar, loose dimes resting in the valley of the sheets. No key turning in the ignition of the car, just footsteps trailing down the avenue.
A basketball that taps against the blacktop, rhythmic and slow. A breeze that lifts the corner of the calendar page.
Nothing left to fix and nowhere left to go. Just 7 blocks of sunlight stretching out across the floor.
A ceiling fan shadow cutting across the counter.
The clock says 4:15 and stays there.
She was right about yesterday.
She was right about Saturday.
Bare feet flat against the cool linoleum.
Nothing to report.
Yeah.
Waffle knit, thermal drags across my knuckles, catching on the fray where the collar thin. I bought this gray pullover back in 2029, standing in your hallway when the rain came in.
Now it hangs loose around the shoulders, carrying the weight of a slower pace. Dust motes floating in the window pane. Nothing on the calendar I need to chase. I remember how we argued over laundry soap, sitting on the stoop while the washer spun. $10 quarters in a plastic cup, counting down the hours till the week was done.
Now my Saturdays belong to me entirely. Nobody calling with an urgent need, just the soft resistance of an inner own sleeve, letting every minute settle down and bleed. I keep the window cracked 2 inches wide, listening to transit rumble from the side. Old scenes playing in the threads I hold, every worn stitch turning into gold. Take a little breath, let the replay start. No place to rush, no names to call. We survived the grind, we survived the cold. Got an afternoon with nowhere left to go. Let the silence sit right where it belongs, humming underneath these quiet songs. It feels good to let the tension cease, wrapped up in static on the ribbed fleece.
Fingers tracing ridges in the faded wool, takes me to that kitchen where the table shook. You were chopping ginger for a broth we burned, reading every passage from a borrowed book. We were 22 and terrified of falling flat, running through the subway with our sneakers torn. Every single Sunday felt like overtime, waiting for the pressure to be newly born.
Funny how the panic seems to wash away, giving half a decade in a cup of tea. I don't hold a grudge against the younger days, they just had to struggle so that I could be sitting on the sofa with my ankles crossed, watching steam rising from the kitchen floor, finding all the peace that we assumed was lost, waiting right behind the deadbolt on the door. Take a little breath, let the replay stall. No place to rush, no names to call. We survived the grind, we survived the cold. Got an afternoon with nowhere left to go. Let the silence sit right where it belongs, humming underneath these quiet songs. It feels good to let the tension cease, wrapped up in static on the ribbed fleece.
Memory is gentle when you give it room, like an open sweater in an empty room. I can see the younger version of my face, running from the shadows that it could not trace.
Tell them that the hustle has a closing hour. Tell them that the blossom does not fight the flower. Rest is not a failure, rest is not a shame. Rest is just returning to your proper name. Rib, please, resting on my knees. Gentle breeze shaking out the leaves. Everything is quiet now. Everything is soft. Nowhere left to run, nothing left to drop.
1432 blinks in Southside light, cast across the concrete from the ceiling height. I picture 10 years onward when the pace turns slow. No automated sirens in the street below. Synthesizer drifting from a wireless plate, breakfast in the skillet around 3 or 8. Never checking metrics on a silver lens, trading all my hustle for some quiet friends. I can see the loft in the 2030s, dust motes floating where the air is sturdy. Nobody is calling with an urgent sign, every single minute belongs in line. We will let the future settle on the floor, no alarm codes ringing by the terrace door. Saturday arriving with a velvet wave, breathing out the worry that we carried late. Everything is gentle when the screen goes black, walking through the kitchen with the slippers back there. I imagine brewing chicory and oat, wearing that oversized merino coat. My glove trains gliding without making sound, rainwater collecting on the garden mound. No more counting pennies on an app screen strip, letting conversation take a laser trip. You will find the record with the saxophone, turn the house into a sanctuary zone. I can see the loft in the 2030s, dust motes floating where the air is sturdy. Nobody is calling with an urgent sign, every single minute belongs in line. We will let the future settle on the floor, no alarm codes ringing by the terrace door. Saturday arriving with the velvet wave, breathing out the worry that we carried late. Everything is gentle when the screen goes black, walking through the kitchen with the slippers back. Time was always running like a metronome. Now we let the silence build a stable home. No projection glass, no demand to me, just the baseline pulsing at 40 beats. 1432 on the bedroom wall, no one has to answer when the satellites call. Just that future Saturday, completely clear, just the long exhale waiting for us here. A Capricorn press on edge against the walnut grain. My thumb nudged it vertical, testing if the house had any shake. No trucks rattling the foundation, no alarm set to scream. Just 60 cycle hum from the vintage receiver. Down the seam I count 4 seconds in, hold 7, let it ride on out. 28 years old and I finally stopped shouting in my mouth. Screen face down by the coaster, silent as a falling leaf. Nobody asking where my body is or what I chose to keep. The radiator clicks like a distant snare, drum tapping slow. I got cold brew in a mason jar and nowhere left to go. The city can run its marathons without my pulse involved. Every mystery I carry through Friday night is solved. Let the minutes collect like dust along the sill. I'm sitting right here completely standing still. No quotas, no check-ins, no reasons to perform. Just a kettle on low and the room keeping warm. The weekend is a quiet room that nobody can rent. Every single hour is a gift that cannot be spent. Yeah, my socks slide across the polyurethane floor. I leave the deadbolt unlatched, trust what lies beyond the door. Yeah, yesterday my chest was tight as an overwound bass string. Today I listen to the subtle chord progression that I bring. Slice up an apple with a paring knife, take my sweet time, letting the juice hit the cutting board. Sweetest quiet rhyme, the neighborhood kids are laughing 3 houses down the lane. It sounds like music and you do not have to dive. The radiator clicks like a distant snare, drum tapping slow. I got cold brew in a mason jar and nowhere left to go. The city can't run its marathons without my pulse involved. Every mystery I carry through Friday night is solved. Let the minutes collect like dust along the sill. I'm sitting right here completely standing still. No quotas, no check-ins, no reasons to perform. Just a kettle on low and the room keeping warm. The weekend is a quiet room that nobody can rent. Every single hour is a gift that cannot be spent. I spent years believing stillness was a waste of youth, running until my ankles gave out, searching for the truth. Truth is just my shoulder blade against the cushion chair, breathing in the cedar or suspended in the air. Nothing is old, no, nothing is overdue. The sky turns lavender, settling into blue. The copper coins stay standing, not a breeze to knock it down. I take another sip, safe inside my sound. Nobody calling, nobody knocking, just peace. Bicycle spokes clicking through the crosswalk gap. Echo down the brick wall past your fire escape. Yeah, you still got that tension folded in your lap, staring at the screen like you cannot escape. Toss the jacket down onto the armrest now. Nobody's checking if you hit reply. Wipe that Monday worry right across your brow. Watch the pigeons scatter up into the sky. You carry 5 long days inside your chest, checking notifications while you walk the train. Put the bag down, give the souls a rest. There's nothing left to justify or explain. Leave your heavy coat right behind the door. We have 48 hours with no place to run. Let the cold draft settle on the hardwood floor. We are doing absolutely nothing till the week is done. Take the battery down to 0%. Let the world spin outside while we catch our breath. Every dollar for the overdue rent can wait while we laugh ourselves to death. Yeah, hit that delivery scooter idle at the curb, thumbing like a bass line that we used to know. You do not have to speak a single word, just let the ice melt in the tumbler slow. I know you've been carrying the family weight, answering the managers who demand too much. Sit back and let the second hand stagnate. We got good vinyl that we barely touch. You carry 5 long days inside your chest, checking notifications while you walk the train. Put the bag down, give the souls a rest. There is nothing left to justify or explain. Leave your heavy coat right behind the door. We have 48 hours with no place to run. Let the cold draft settle on the hardwood floor. We are doing absolutely nothing till the week is done. Take the battery down to 0%. Let the world spin outside while we catch our breath. Every $1.40 overdue rent can wait while we laugh ourselves half to death. Remember when we used to sprint through downtown blocks, thinking every minute missed was wasted gold. Now we just listen to the ticking clocks, happy that we finally learned how to fold. Breathe out the smoke, let the bass drum knock. You survived another round, let the story unfold. Bicycle spokes fading in the distance clear. Kick your sneakers off against the corner base. Nothing from the office reaches in right here. Weekend got you covered in this quiet space. Yeah. Char cedar and sweet roasted chicory seep underneath his door frame steadily. Marcus does not check his inbox screen, letting the dial rest at 16. His denim jacket stays draped on the rack. White tube socks dragging across the floor mat. The city outside rushes for the train, while he counts water droplets on the pane. No urgent calls, no shift to cover now. Just loose gray sweatpants and an easy brow. He puts another 5-inch vinyl down, ignores the distant sirens in the town. The bassline vibrates through the parquet wood, just like he always promised that it would. He lets the needle run until it clicks, unbothered by the 24 or 6. The weekend stretches out across the rug. He drinks cold chamomile straight from the mug. Nobody asked him where he needs to be, floating inside his own sweet frequency. A half-read paper sits beside his plate. Sourdough toasted slightly past the date. He leans his shoulder on the plaster wall, listening to neighbors walking down the hall. Footsteps that used to make his pulses race now drift right by without a single trace. He taps his knuckle through an 8-bar loop, watching the pigeon circle by the stoop. No quotas hanging heavy on his chest, just 24 full hours earned for rest. He drops the tone arm gently in the groove. No single reason in the world to move. The warm distortion softens every scene, blurring the line between awake and dream. He lets the needle run until it clicks, unbothered by the 24 or 6. The weekend stretches out across the rug. He drinks cold chamomile straight from the mug. Nobody asked him where he needs to be, floating inside his own sweet frequency. 5 days he gave away his sweat and spine, punching a clock and waiting in a line. Now time belongs entirely to him, drawn out in shadows long and golden dim. He breathes it in and leaves the deadbolt turned, holding the pieces. Tired shoulders earn. The needle circles in the silent wax. His breath falls steady as his grip relaxes. Cardamom fading out into the hall. Nothing left to answer. Nothing at all. And earn it, write it, query slices right through the absolute quiet of the hall. Did someone knock or was it just the baseline settling in the wall? The camera tracks across the living room rug, catching dust motes in suspension. No notifications pinging the display, zero residual tension. The kettle whistles low on the electric stove, barely half a note. I drape an oversized emerald cardigan around my throat. Look at the white lens, capturing the stillness on the kitchen floor. We left the heavy locks disengaged beside the painted cedar door. Color grading set to muted gold and slate. No reason to rush when nobody is keeping track of the date. The rhythm kicks softly underneath the floorboards down below. Everything today is captured in 24 frames of slow. Wide angle over cold tile, letting the real unwind, leaving all the urgency and deadlines miles behind. Cinematic ease, resting gently on the sofa, arm filtered light, wrapping this apartment in a silent charm. Nobody is calling for a script revision now. Just quiet breathing, letting peace settle on the brow. Pan past the window glass, the avenue is moving at a glide. Pedestrians in oversized denim walking side by side. The city looks muted through the tinted double pane, washed in the aftermath of yesterday's forgotten rain. I drop the needle onto vinyl, skipping past the digital stack. Bass drum tapping like a relaxed pulse against my back. Steam curls from a mug of steeped hibiscus tea, framing this entire Saturday like poetry. Color grading set to muted gold and slate. No reason to rush when nobody is keeping track of the date. The rhythm kicks softly underneath the floorboards down below. Everything today is captured in 24 frames of slow. Wide angle over cold tile, letting the real unwind, leaving all the urgency and deadlines miles behind. Cinematic ease, resting gently on the sofa, arm filtered light, wrapping this apartment in a silent charm. Nobody is calling for a script revision now. Just quiet breathing, letting peace settle on the brow. Hold the shot, let the silence breathe inside the pocket. Take the battery out of the schedule socket. If the world spins outside the perimeter wall, we let the afternoon cast long shadows and fall. No plot twist needed for this quiet release, just unscripted moments of undisturbed peace. Slow zoom out across the parlor floor. Nothing left to prove, nothing to account for. The frame holds still while the sunlight drifts away. A master cut of an easy Saturday. Fade to black. Where do all the lost hours go when no one asks for them? My sock has a hole near the ankle, cotton pulling thin. Air purifier humming in the corner, low drone like a synth in G minor. I told mama I would call her back at 6, but what is 6 anyway? Just numbers on the OLED panel glowing behind my thumb. Got sweet potato bread sitting on the counter from 2 days ago. Still soft if you microwave it with a wet paper towel. That is survival, or maybe that is just laziness disguised as self-preservation. Look at that sparrow on the fire escape, fighting the gum wrapper. He knows nothing about quarterly reviews, lucky little bastard. My thoughts are skipping like a scratch vinyl record. 1 minute I am 22 in Atlanta, next minute I am here on a warm couch. No schedule to anchor the drift, just letting the tension leave my spine. I'm sitting right inside the gap between Friday and Monday, letting the water glass sweat rings into the walnut wood. Nobody wants anything from me for 48 hours. Nobody needs a confirmation email or a polite reply. Just watching the dust motes dance in the high register of peace. Synapses untying like old shoelaces. Remember when we thought adulthood meant having glass containers that match? Now I am eating cereal out the mixing bowl, almond milk splashing, watching a nature documentary on mute while bass tones cycle through my headphones. My neighbor down below is frying something that smells like cumin and garlic. Makes me wanna open the window, let the neighborhood breathe into my ribs. I have not checked my bank account since Thursday. Ignorance is sweet when the rent is clear and the daylight is free. My toes are digging into the shaggy rug, counting the little baked fibers like they hold secret formulas. Everything is heavy and soft at the exact same second. I am sitting right inside the gap between Friday and Monday, letting the water glass sweat rings into the walnut wood. Nobody wants anything from me for 48 hours. Nobody needs a confirmation email or a polite reply. Just watching the dust motes dance in the high register of peace. Sink down into the floorboard, sink down into the sub bass, vibrating under my sneakers. I could do the laundry, or I could study the ceiling paint. Both feel equally urgent right now, which means neither of them matters at all. Where do the hours go? Right into the cushions, right into the space behind my eyelids. Let them stay gone, let them never come back. Dark walnut legs pressed deep in the parquet flooring, holding my spine instead of tension. You were 21, checking over time slips under flickering halogen, running on instant espresso, and that perpetual terror of falling short. If you paused for 10 minutes, you thought the whole world would swallow your rent. Look at this room from where you were standing in that damn hallway. The blinds are cracked open 3 inches to let the dust drift in amber. There is no shift waiting at 4. There is no voicemail demanding your blood. I kept a stubborn habit of saving every receipt, and I still double check the lock before I sleep. But the air doesn't burn on the way down anymore. I finally learned how to let gravity do its job. We made it to the slow tempo, past the late fees and the trembling hands. Nobody is keeping score of your resting post today. The kettle whistles whenever it wants, the record loops on the second side, and you can finally put both feet flat on the rug without bracing for impact. Remember that basement room where the pipes rattle like dry bones? You used to write down 5-year plans on the back of greasy napkins, pledging you would sleep when you were dead because sleep felt like theft. Well, I woke up at 1 in the afternoon just to watch the clouds thin out. I brewed Ethiopian beans in a ceramic press you could never afford back then, and I didn't think about productivity for 3 entire hours. I'm sending this silence straight back down the wire to your tired shoulders. You do not have to earn the right to breathe quietly. I kept a notebook where you mapped out your survival. I kept the hunger, but I gave away the shame. And the ceiling does not feel like it is falling down. I finally learned how to leave the front door unlocked to the sun. Made it to the slow tempo, past the late fees and the trembling hands. Nobody is keeping score of your resting pulse today. The kettle whistles whenever it wants, the record loops on the second side, and you can finally put both feet flat on the rug without bracing for impact. Put the overtime pen down, unclench your jaw while you walk past the storefront glass. The version of you that survives is sitting in heavy wood right now, drinking cold water, listening to a muted bassline drift from the neighbor's open sill. You did enough, you got us here. The sea holds everything you carried, you can let go now. Nothing requires your urgency, nothing requires your defense. Just let Saturday sit heavy in the room. Butterscotch haze coats the laundromat window, filtering down across plastic orange chairs. My basket is overflowing with denim and linen, watching the drums spin circles without cares. A man in a corduroy cap slides into the seat beside, slides a copper token across the metal edge. He says you stare at that glass like it holds your whole future. Relax your knuckles, son, step back from the ledge. He points to the street where the pavement stays quiet. No sirens howling, no deadlines in line. He says the city won't crumble if you sit for an hour. Take a deep breath, you got plenty of time. Saturday speaks in a voice so soft, talking to people we barely even know. 20 minutes left on the permanent press, giving my heavy thoughts room to let go. No place to rush, no badge on my chest, just a stranger and me, catching our rest. I tell him my weekdays feel like a relay race, passing the baton between monitors and glass. He laughs through his gray beard, folds an old flannel, says every hard winner is bound to pass. I spent 40 years running hard on the clock, trying to outpace every worry and bill. Now I come here just to sit on the bench, learning the power of standing real still. He taps on the table, tumble dry slow. The sweet scent of lavender fills up the room. We trade another story while the asphalt unwinds, shedding the weight of our everyday gloom. Saturday speaks in a voice so soft, talking to people we barely even know. 20 minutes left on the permanent press, giving my heavy thoughts room to let go. No place to rush, no badge on my chest, just a stranger and me, catching our rest. The buzzer sounds off, but neither of us stands. We let the dry heat settle deep in the weave. A conversation born over 2 silver coins gave me a reason to pause and believe. He tips his corduroy brim, walks out to the light. I stack my warm shirts with an easy mind. Another weekend rolling peaceful and slow, leaving the hurry behind. My mother said yesterday that hurry makes strangers of everybody. Now I am sitting still enough to notice every splinter in the pine floor. A pair of damp canvas high tops balancing on the iron radiator. Dust motes drifting through the blue LED strip behind the monitor. Unit 3B plays an old trumpet record with the window cracked open. Cold brew sweat, pulling in the groove of a cork coaster. Ay, three sparrows fighting over half an English muffin on the fire escape. My phone battery sits at 12% and I let it stay there. Nobody needs an answer before Monday. The calendar squares are empty, white boxes. I trace the outline of nothing to do. Letting the minutes drop one by one into the carpet. There is beauty in the things that refuse to rush. The slow drip of condensation on the glass. A stray tabby sleeping on a hybrid hood. The world moving soft without asking for my name. I am keeping tally of the quiet corners, watching the shadow of the fire escape stretch toward evening. Green tea bag sleeping past 6 minutes with nobody stressing the bitter taste. The mail carrier whistling through the lobby without slamming the security door. Crumpled receipt from Thursday wedged beneath the corner of the turntable. My brother left his knit beanie on the armrest and it smells like cedarwood. A breeze lifts the shielding and curtain just enough to show the brick alley. Kids down on the blacktop bouncing a flat basketball against the chain link. No notifications chiming on the lock screen. Just the hum of the refrigerator kicking off into total silence. Yesterday told me to run faster. Today does not ask for a single step. I count the scuff marks on the baseboard. I watch a cloud lose its shape above the water tower. Nothing is broken that needs fixing before nightfall. Everything stays right where I left it. There is beauty in the things that refuse to rush. The slow drip of condensation on the glass. A stray tabby sleeping on a hybrid hood. The world moving soft without asking for my name. I am keeping tally of the quiet corners, watching the shadow of the fire escape stretch toward evening. Trumpet from 3D fades out into the street noise. The radiator clinks once and cools down. My mother was right about the rush. I will stay a stranger to the clock today. Yeah. Numby raw silk catches my wrist, pulling 20 years backward through the weave. Grandmother used to starch every collar stiff, iron hissing on the board while the kettle steamed. Now I am sitting with the heavy quill piled up, letting the afternoon spill across the hardwood floor. No commute waiting, no alarm set to ring, just the quiet hum of a radiator by the door. Funny how a thread holds an entire year. Every stitch remembered, every burden cleared. We do not rush the baseline today. We let the vinyl skip, let the record play. Yesterday was running through the cold gray town. Now the cotton carries all the weight back down. Everything is easy when the clock unwinds. Living in the pockets of an older time. Thumb traces down the seam of this oversized fleece. Reminds me of 11 sitting on the front stoop. Uncle cleaning chrome rims while the bass rattles sweet. Neighbors trading Tupperware and sweet pepper soup. I got the same blood pumping slow in my chest, learning how to breathe in the middle of the breast. Notifications rooted on the interface screen, drifting inside scenes that I thought had left me. Funny how a thread holds an entire year. Every stitch remembered, every burden clear. We do not rush the baseline today. We let the vinyl skip, let the record play. Yesterday was running through the cold gray town. Now the cotton carries all the weight back down. older time. Soft loops of yarn, decades intertwined. I used to think that peace was something hard to find. Now the room is floating in a lazy suspension. Nobody demanding my divided attention. Just the fabric of a Saturday woven right through. Rest your hands in the warm pile. Stay right here for a long while. Frayed edges holding steady. Nothing moves until we are ready. So 8:15 flicker softly in violet LED projected high against the textured concrete beam. I picture us 7 years ahead in that quiet loft. Smart locks on silent mode, the synthetic rugs turn soft. No urgent notifications breaking through the bedroom pane. Just the low hum of electric transit running through the rain. You stretch across the bamboo sheets without a single care. Silver threads beginning to wander through your braided hair. We survived the frantic 20s, paid the rental tax in full. Traded every panic sprint for an easy gravity pull. Every calendar invite deleted in advance. We gave tomorrow morning all the room to drift and dance. No alarm to pull the cord, no urgent hand upon the wheel. Learning finally how untroubled hours ought to feel. In the house we have not built yet, Saturdays run sweet and wide. Cold brew steeping on the counter, nothing waiting on the side. Baseline rolling from the bookshelf, gentle cadence in the floor. Nobody knocking down the deadlines at the front door. We will let the minutes wander where they please, resting easy in the comfort of a future breeze. I see the balcony garden thriving in the afternoon. Hydroponics, sweet pepper seedlings coming into bloom. You hum along the old vinyl transferred into digital light, talking about a dinner we might cook or skip tonight. No supervisor paging, no quarterly review to fear. Just the steady, simple rhythm of our 30th year. We will leave the dishes soaking in the stone basin bowl, watching light slide down the skyscraper, warm and whole. In that house we have not built yet, Saturdays run sweet and wide. Cold brew steeping on the counter, nothing waiting on the side. Baseline rolling from the bookshelf, gentle cadence in the floor. Nobody knocking down the deadlines at the front door. We will let the minutes wander where they please, resting easy in the comfort of a future breeze. Right now the grind is heavy and the overtime is real. We count every dollar, measure every single meal, yet whenever fatigue tries to pull my spirit down, I step into that quiet corner of our future town, where our laughter does not borrow against Monday debt, and every soft promise finds a place where it is met. 08:15, hold still upon the plaster wall. No demands remain and nothing urgent left to call. Keep the blinds half lowered, let the room stay gray. We will reach that peaceful weekend someday. A spiral of dry tangerine skin retains the exact curve of my thumb from last night. Nobody called to ask if I made it home, and for the first time in 3 months, that feels like mercy instead of neglect. My chest expands until the collarbone clicks. 6 beats per measure, drum pattern set at 74. Water filtering slow through the charcoal stick. I count 7 dust specks drifting in the corner light, wondering why I spent outside is grinding his teeth. Train tracks rattling 3 blocks away. But inside this sweater, the calendar froze. I got nothing to explain to the mirror today. No pending reply, no urgent correction to make. Just cold brew dripping through the mesh, slack in the jaw, weight off the chest. Watching the peel dry slow on the pine. Let in the afternoon borrow my time. My notifications sit at 0 by choice. I used to think survival was a matter of noise, compiling receipts to prove I was building a name, while the tension sat heavy right behind my shoulder blades. Now the wooden floorboards warm under bare heels. I watch a straight pigeon balance on the fire escape rail. Unbothered by sirens, unbothered by debts. I breathe out the residue of 70-hour weeks, letting the baseline hover right below the floor. I got nothing to explain to the mirror today. No pending reply, no urgent correction to make. Just cold brew dripping through the mesh, slack in the jaw, weight off the chest. Watching the peel dry slow on the pine. Let in the afternoon borrow my time. Sometimes healing is just sitting completely still, refusing to turn every silence into a sprint. The world wants a harvest before the seeds drop, but today I am content to simply exist. Tangerine peel curls a fraction tighter, 74 beats per minute in the stereo. No place to be, no debt to pay to the clock. A skateboard snaps against a granite curbing, rolling down the block without an errand to run. You keep checking your lock screen like it holds a subpoena, thumb hovering over drafts you never sent. Put the phone face down on the lemonade table. The company server can't run without your hands today. We got 3 hours before anyone expects us anywhere, and even then, nobody is holding the door. Look at your knuckles unclamping from that mug. Notice how the room gets wider when you breathe. There is no performance in this kitchen, no supervisor grading how we lean. Let the morning drift into 4 o'clock shadows. We can split this can of cold ginger beer. You carried the weight of the borough all week. Leave the heavy lifting somewhere far from here. Sit back, stretch out, kick your sneakers by the threshold. Nothing on the schedule needs a witness today. The neighbor 2 doors down is playing an old loop bassline, bouncing off the brick fire escape. You were talking about renting algorithms at midnight, like you forgot the sound of your own quiet chest. Watch the ceiling fan cut slices through the dust motes. We do not owe this city another sprint. I made extra rice and slice some sweet mango. Take as long as you need to clear your plate. Look at your shoulders coming down from your ears. Notice how the lights stay steady on the floor. There is no quota on this sofa, no urgent, I can wait in at the door. Let the morning drift into 4 o'clock shadows. We can split this can of cold ginger beer. You carried the weight of the borough all week. Leave the heavy lifting somewhere far from here. Sit back, stretch out, kick your sneakers by the threshold. Nothing on the schedule needs a witness today. You always think you are falling behind if your palms are empty for 20 minutes straight. Every notification is a tiny hook in your jaw, tugging you towards somebody else's dead. Let the battery drop into red. Let the chat notifications pile up and starve. Right now you're just a person on a Saturday, breathing under 24 frames of calm. Another board clatters down the asphalt hill. The bass next door fades into the late light. Drink the rest of the ginger beer. We have nowhere to report tonight. Nutmeg and steep milk blossom out through the cracked screen door, drifting across the warped vinyl floor where a sock slides slow. He leaves the work phone face down on the faux marble stack, curtains swelling up with air from the alleyway track. No alerts ringing in his ear, no rush in his stride. Just 32 measures of a loop playing side to side. He watches dust motes flow through the lake, slanting beam, letting the water boil down to a quiet white steam. He spent the whole week running on a borrowed clock. Now the deadbolt stays turned and the iron locked. Nobody asking for a deadline or a quick reply. The afternoon just sits there, letting minutes go by. Let the bassline breathe through the living room rug. He holds two hands wrapped around the ceramic mug. Ooh, no place to be, no city train he has to catch. Just cedar wood shavings in an unlit match. The world outside can keep its frantic pace. He found 24 hours in an open space. His girl sits cross-legged by the window with a paperback spread, tracing outlines from a poet she remembered instead. She dog-ears page 40, looks up and gives him a nod. No heavy conversations, no pretending, no facade. They split a blood orange right over the porcelain sink, letting the juice drip down while they stand there and think. 5 days of heavy traffic washed away in the drain, replaced by soft percussion and a distant light rain. There was a time he thought resting was a kind of defeat. Now he counts every second spent off of his feet. No guilt in the quiet, no shame in the pause. He untangled his mind from the corporate laws. Let the bassline breathe through the living room rug. He holds two hands wrapped around a ceramic mug. Ooh, no place to be, no city train he has to catch. Just cedar wood shavings and an unlit match. The world outside can keep its frantic pace. He found 24 hours in an open space. The stove clicks off, the tea bag settles in the cup. Shadows stretch down without asking him to get back up. Nothing owed to anyone today. Nothing owed at all. Wondering if I missed an alert. Dissolves before it lands. The ceiling fan turns at half speed above the wool rug. Dust motes float through vertical blinds like tiny flares in the aperture. A glass of melted ice leaves a ring on the raw oak table. Camera holds on the drape, pulling slow against the draft. Socks slid halfway off the heel, resting on the ottoman. Wide shot captures the quiet expanse. No notifications buzzing against the glass screen. Every second stretches out in 40 frames per second. The city hums 3 stories down without a single command. Frame by frame, the afternoon is ours to burn. Shadows creeping longer down the textured drywall. Baseline vibrating faint from the unit next door. We let the film reel run until the colors stall. Nothing moving fast. the floor. Zoom into the corner where the turntable spins, empty grooves, a half-eaten peach resting on a ceramic dish. Her shoulder rises and falls beneath an oversized linen shirt. The scene does not need dialogue to prove we exist. Focus pulls from the sneaker pile by the front entrance to the silver reflection bouncing off her pendant. Time is an uncut roll of tape with no production date. Wide shot captures the quiet expanse. No notifications buzzing against the glass screen. Every second stretches out in 40 frames per second. The city hums 3 stories down without a single command. Frame by frame, the afternoon is ours to burn. Shadows creeping longer down the textured drywall. Baseline vibrating, faint from the unit next door. We let the film reel run until the colors stall. Nothing moving faster than the breeze across the floor. Cut to the kitchen kettle resting cool on the burner. Golden hours spilling across the copper pots. Nobody is checking what comes next. Nobody is counting up the cost. Just a long dissolve into twilight. Static hiss on the speaker cone. Fade to black on a room that has nowhere to go. The lens cools down. The silence settles back